This is your girl Nikki with Nikki's Savory Vegan Eats, and welcome back to my show. You all, we are now in season 3 of Nikki's Savory Vegan Eats. Season 3, can you guys believe it? Oh my goodness. You guys, I have some wonderful things lined up for you throughout this season. So I'm so happy that you decided to stay tuned because it is going to be a flavorful season. And last but not least, before you all start gluing your eyes to the screen to see what is Nikki cooking now, what I would love you to do if you haven't already is to make sure that you are subscribing to my channel. So make sure that you click subscribe to be able to see all the wonderful videos that I'm going to be putting together. And some of you have actually reached out to say, hey Nikki, you know, I'm subscribed to the channel, but I really don't get the notifications. I'm not getting notified. Are you guys actually clicking that notifications bell button? If you're not, you're missing out. So make sure that you click that notifications bell button. And every time Nikki's Savory Vegan Eats releases a new video, guess what? You guys are gonna get notified. So thank you very much for your cooperation. All right, so without further ado, let me tell you, wonderful people, what I'm going to be making for you this evening. I am going to be making none other than, ready? Vegan savory ribs using jackfruit and crimini mushrooms. And I'm also going to be making a homemade cherry chipotle barbecue sauce. How does that sound, you guys? You know, I had to throw a little theatrics in there. I'm a little bit animated in case you haven't noticed. Yes, you guys, I'm gonna be making some savory vegan ribs using jackfruit and crimini mushrooms with a savory cherry chipotle barbecue sauce. So you guys, let's go ahead and get right to it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get it in. Okay, so to build out my cherry chipotle barbecue sauce, I'm gonna take about a small bowl of some ketchup right here, or you can actually just simply use 1 cup of ketchup. So I'm gonna put this in here. Next, I'm gonna take 1 cup of black cherries. Now these were actually frozen. The pits have been removed from them. As you can see right here, here's my cherries. I let them thaw out and I'm gonna just simply put them in, but you can also use fresh cherries. So these are gonna go inside the pot. Now I know you can't see everything that's going inside my pot, but when I put it on top of the stove, I'm going to show you guys like a little aerial view so you can see all of the nice rich ingredients that's going into my sauce. Next, I'm actually going to add me 1 minced chipotle. So this is actually to put some heat into my barbecue sauce. So I'm going to actually add this. I just simply use some cooking scissors and I just cut it up and minced it myself. I didn't feel like using my processor for just this little ingredient here. So I'm just simply going to just put that in there. If you want more heat, then you can add a little bit more extra chipotles. Now the minced chipotle is actually coming from my favorite La Cocina. This is where they have like the chipotles and the adobo sauce, but so you can just use one of the chipotles, even though there's several in this small can, okay? Next, I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of the adobo sauce. So the adobo sauce that came from the La Cocina red can, I'm going to take that and I'm going to add this to my sauce as well. Now I know some of you may be wondering, Nikki, why a cherry chipotle barbecue sauce? Why not, you guys? I mean, think about it. You're getting that rich color, that dark brown reddish color from the cherries, and then you're adding all these ingredients. So I just want a nice dark rich savory sauce. However, However, if you don't feel like making a homemade barbecue sauce, that is your right. So you can just simply get your favorite barbecue sauce and just simply put that in with your jackfruit and other ingredients to be able to make out your vegan ribs. Next, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of dark brown sugar to the mix. 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of molasses, you all. I'm using the brand Grandma's right here, and I'm using my personalized measuring spoons that my mom got me for my birthday last year. Thank you, Mommy, so much. It has the initial N. It's real cute, you guys. You know, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. But here we go. 2 tablespoons of molasses. That's 1. Look how thick that is. Looks like chocolate syrup, doesn't it? And 2. 1 tablespoon of that dark tangy sauce of the word that I can't say. You all know that word that starts with a W. Can you take a guess? I think it's something like Worcestershire sauce. I know I jacked that up. I cannot say that word for the life of me. So I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon of vegan Worcestershire sauce or the W sauce. This is vegan, you all, and just keep in mind when you're looking for this W sauce right here, that most of the times it actually consists of anchovies. So if you're looking for a brand that's vegan, this is Robbie's. So I'm using 1 tablespoon. All right, so moving on. Next, I'm going to actually add 2 teaspoons of dry mustard. And let me tell you, my sauce is smelling so aromatic. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. 1 teaspoon of paprika. I like to say it like that, paprika. But in this case, I'm gonna use smoked paprika because I'm making vegan ribs. 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1/2 teaspoon of Pink Himalayan Salt because that's my favorite, or you can use kosher salt. And last but not least, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Ta-da! I told you guys I was going to show you all my ingredients in one pot. As I stir, notice how the color changes to a nice savory, rich brown, reddish color. I'm loving this sauce, you guys, and I'm going to simply just squish some of my cherries for extra flavor, simmer this sauce for 30 to 45 minutes, and it's done. Okay, you guys, so now it's time to build out my vegan slab rib. So what I'm going to use is 3 cans of green jackfruit, in which I already shredded it right here. And this is exactly what it looks like for the can. This is the green jackfruit that I use. So I decided to go ahead and use 3 cans, but you can use between 2 to 3 cans, depending on how big you want your slab of ribs to be. And so this is exactly what the whole jackfruit looks like right here by itself. So I simply did not pre-cook it this time like I've done in previous episodes where I've used jackfruit in which I steamed it. For my vegan ribs, I'm going to actually just simply shred it like so. You can see right here, it takes on like the consistency of shredded chicken. So I'm just gonna simply shred it, and I've already rinsed it off and drained it very well. There's a little moisture in here, slightly, but then I'm going to add my other ingredients, and you can see how it's just simply falling apart. Okay, so in addition to adding my 2 to 3 cans of shredded jackfruit, I'm going to take 1 pack of crimini mushrooms, which I already shredded in my food processor. And you guys, look at that color. You see that dark brown color? It's so pronounced. So I'm going to actually add this to mix with my jackfruit to build out my vegan ribs. You can use Impossible meat, Beyond meat, any type of mock meat if you choose to. I prefer to use vegetables instead to build out my ribs, but I'm going to add my crimini mushrooms to my jackfruit. So you can never go wrong with diced onions to add extra flavor to your ribs. I'm going to take 1/8 cup of dark brown sugar. 2 teaspoons of granulated onion, and 2 teaspoons of granulated garlic, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. Then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of liquid smoke. I would say that's about 2 teaspoons. And then I'm going to take my infamous homemade cherry Chipotle BBQ sauce, and I'm going to use a half a cup of this and simply pour it right on in. Look at that color, you guys. Oh my goodness. And now time for some fun. I'm going to take my seasoned jackfruit and crimini mushrooms and mix it really well until it's nicely blended. Next, I'm going to take some non-stick vegetable oil spray it over the aluminum foil, and pour out my seasoned jackfruit and crimini mushrooms. I'm simply going to take my seasoned mix, and then I'm going to go ahead and form it into a slab of ribs. I wanted to make sure that my slab of ribs was not too thick as I was building it out. So I wanted to make sure that it was going to be easy enough for me to cut, but yet also can pass for a slab of rib. While I am building out my seasoned jackfruit and creamy mushrooms, I'm going to preheat my oven at 375 degrees in preparation to put it in the oven so that my seasoned jackfruit creamy mushrooms rib can actually cook for an hour and 10 minutes. I think it's just about ready, you guys. Ooh, what say you? That looks good to me, you guys. And it's normal. I know you guys see a little steam coming off of my jackfruit. That's normal, you guys. All right, let's continue. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my cherry Chipotle BBQ sauce. Look how pretty that sauce looks on my ribs, you guys. It's building out before my very own eyes. You guys, I would say if you're a fan of jackfruit and crimini mushrooms, then this may be your next perfect dish. If not, you can keep it moving and just wait for the next episode. So I'm sure you all noticed that I put another coat of my barbecue sauce just for one last final touch. Look at that glaze. All right, you guys, so my ribs are done, and I'm just going to simply garnish it with a little bit of green parsley, and voila, I am finished. Beautiful people. All right, we made it to the very last scene of this episode, which is my favorite scene of the episode. For those of you that have been rocking with me since day one, you already know this is the final scene of the episode, and it's my favorite because it is the taste test. It is time for me to taste out my version of vegan ribs. All right, so without further ado, I present to you Nicky's version of vegan ribs, you all. Check that out. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. It looks so good. You know what? And I got hubby's stamp of approval. He checked them out earlier. He cannot wait to eat. So again, this consists of jackfruit. I shredded some jackfruit. I shredded some crimini mushrooms, mixed it all together. And then all the ingredients is within the description box, which this, by the way, is not my recipe. This is a recipe that's been circulating on social media. But instead of crimini mushrooms, they have a tendency to use impossible meat, or you can use Beyond Meat if you choose to. I wanted to use mushrooms. So you guys, without further ado, I'm about to go ahead and get it all in. And I want to say that this is like a boneless vegan ribs. Boneless, you guys. You see that savory goodness? And I made that homemade cherry chipotle sauce, barbecue sauce. Oh my gosh. Here we go, guys. So I'm probably gonna have to use a fork because, let's face it, my ribs don't have any bones in them. All right. So first, let me just take a little taste test here. You see that little piece right there, just hanging off? It's like, Nikki, bite me, eat me. So I'm gonna do that. Here we go, you guys. All right. So I can see it's gonna fall apart. But look at this. Oh my gosh. You see that? Yum. Woo! It has a nice kick, you guys. This is good. It's spicy and it's sweet, but it's definitely a little heat because of the chipotle, the minced chipotle. This is really good. You guys, if you don't mind jackfruit, then you're not gonna mind this texture at all. So many of you may be wondering, you're vegan, Nikki. Why are you making vegan ribs? Why not? Because for some of us, we want that same texture. You see that texture? We want that texture like meat, like a rib, if you will. And sometimes we just get in that mold. So, it was really good. So we want that consistency. That's what we miss. And I decided to just actually make it with some French fries here. That I air fried. Sprinkled a little parsley on. They're really good. With a little vegan Texas toast made by Sara Lee. Nobody does it like Sara Lee. I can't sing, but I love that commercial. So good. So you get some Texas toast. You got you some vegan ribs, and you just go all in. Now I would love to hold this in one piece, but again, I'm feeling like it's gonna fall apart. But you guys, it's really, really good. It really is. I'm trying to hold my composure. Yum. It's so good. All the flavors are coming together. So I wore black on purpose just in case I got some ribs on my outfit. So I wanted to wear black. Guys, these ribs are the bomb. There's still time to make some vegan ribs before summer is over with. We still have Labor Day, and I know many of you love to barbecue. So if you want to go ahead and make some vegan ribs, you can just pop these bad boys in the oven at 375 degrees for an hour and in about 10 minutes at most, depending on how brown you want them. Again, the recipe will be in the description box. This was a success. Thank you so much for tuning in to season 3, episode 1 of Nikki's Savory Vegan Eats. And until then, I should talk to you lovely people in the next episode of Nikki's Savory Vegan Eats. Please be sure to stay tuned for the next episode. It is a very special episode, you guys. All right? I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye. See this right here? It wouldn't be ribs unless you lick your fingers. So freaking good, you guys. So freaking good. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thank you so much for watching Nikki's Savory Vegan Eats, and welcome to season 3. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on my videos as well. Thank you.